Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today I want to talk a little bit about the online time trials. And one of the topical conversations for a lot of the top YouTubers is just how easy it is to get the 2 million. Some are talking about doing it in just a few minutes. Now, I've tried these a number of times and it certainly takes me more than a few minutes to actually get that amount of money. And very often when I do get the gold, over the course of the campaign, I drop out of gold down to silver, because as more and more people do this trial and they get quicker and quicker, then the time gets shorter and then you have to go back and revisit it. Now, I've just got a few of the thumbnails from 3 of the top channels just to underline the fact that there's so many people out there that are talking about how easy this is to do. I did comment on one of the channels and that individual said, well, give it a go and let me know how you get on. So I thought this evening I would set aside an hour to see just how fast I can get, whether I could get gold, and whether that is a time that is likely to stand. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about the looking at the replay of the faster driver so you can see what gears to do, turning points and the like. And then I'm just going to get into the results of my laps and then I will show you the fastest lap. So let's get into that video right now. So the online time trial is in the sport module in the game, and for the current week or for the current period there are 2 time trials that you can do. There's the Autodrome Lego Maggiore, which is the one we're going to be doing. There's also the Broadbean Raceway, but I'm going to be concentrating on the Maggiore one. Now you can see here that to get gold we need to be a 52.2, so we've got to be within that. We also need to be running on racing medium tyres. And before I do anything, I normally go into the global ranking and pick up one of the videos from one of the top racers. This enables you to turn on all of their car information and then see how they are actually running the track or approaching their lap and how they go about it. So here I'm just setting up the replay options and we can now see that we're sitting in that individual's car with obviously the telemetry at the bottom there, so you can see the braking, the turning points, the speeds, the gears, etc. And I normally watch this through probably half a dozen times just to get a feel for where they're turning in, where they're braking, what gear they're using, etc. Now we will turn the ghost on, so we'll be chasing their ghost when we actually run our own laps. But for the moment, I'm just looking to see what they're doing on their particular laps. Also looking at the lines that they're taking. So I'm just going to come through and finish this one, and then I did run it a second time for the video, and I'll just call out a few little observations. So we're just going to restart that. So as we come around, we get as much speed off of the final corner. And I noticed that we were taking loads of corner through here in 3rd gear, letting it drift out to the left and then swinging around, lots of curb there, lots of curb here, almost riding that sausage curb up into 4th gear. And then on this corner on the inside, really taking loads and loads of the curb. 1st gear through here, getting into 2nd gear mid-corner. I never quite got the hang of doing that. And then as we run down through the penalty zone, we drop down into 2nd gear, take a fair bit of that corner. I actually took more of that corner, drift across to the right, and then sweep right the way across this white area in 5th gear. Take a load of this curb to get it as quick as you can over the line in 5th gear. So that's basically how the top runner at the moment is approaching their lap. So I'm just going to change my medium tyres. I'm then going to enter the challenge. And then I'm going to go to the ranking board for global ranking. I'm going to find that fast runner and I'm going to load their ghost, and then I'm going to configure the ghost so that it resets and it's just slightly ahead of us. So then, looking at my lap times for the first 9 laps, we got a 54.7, a 57.1, 55.8, 57.3, and then for lap 5 we got our fastest time of this little group, which was a 52.9, which is still only good enough for silver. That still didn't get us into the gold section, so we had to keep on running. So then for laps 9 to 17, we still were around about the 53 was about our normal, but we did manage to get a 52.7, which again, so that's 17 laps done, and we still haven't managed to achieve gold. And I am pushing as hard as I possibly can. You can see there I spun, I was putting it off the track, I was really pushing and trying different things and pushing as hard as I could. So then we reset, so we got another 9 laps here, and the best I could get here was again lap number 5, which is a 52.8, which again is still not good enough, even at this stage. Bearing in mind there's quite a few days to go, that is still not good enough for gold. So that's basically the best part of 30 laps done so far. And then we've got the next batch of laps where we're pretty consistent in a 52 and a 53, with a 52.6 being our best on lap 12 there, which I think was around about lap, losing count now, but probably about lap 30 odd, something like that. But you can see that I'm really counting the laps up now whilst we are trying to at least get gold. We got a fairly steady silver, and here we've got 4 laps, which again was just 52s mostly. Our best lap here was a 52.5. So at the end of this section, I again just took a little bit of a break, stopped the video, came back, and then tried again. As you can see, getting penalties now because I'm just pushing very hard, hitting the barriers and spinning and the like. So then we come back with another little group of laps. So again, this was another little set of 4 laps that I tried. My best now was a 52.380, which is getting close to where I want to be, but still it's not near the best time that we've done, which was a 52.2 at this stage. So still quite a lot more work to do and more time to find. And you see the delta there being blue, we were actually managing to find more time. So we got another 8 laps here, with our best time being the 52.320. So we're constantly getting quite close to it, but never quite managing to get into the 51s, which was really my main aim. Just trying to find more ways of finding a little bit more time, cutting a few more corners, trying to get the power down more frequent, more early. And again, you can see really pushing and spinning out again. So this is another 9 laps that we've done, and we've got our best time there on lap number 6, which was a 52.106, and that was the absolute best that I was able to do. And after a good hour of running, I was now really tired, and I just couldn't do any more. I don't quite know how many laps we did, you can go back and count them, but probably getting on for 40-50 laps completed. So we needed to do a 52.106, we needed to do a 52.2, and we've done a 52.106. So we're only just in the gold at the moment, and that is probably going to drop into the silver as time goes on. So I am going to have to come back and revisit this. This is my fastest lap, so we're trying to get a lot of speed out of the last few corners. I then took quite a bit of the curb there, chasing down the Ghost. Now the Ghost in front is the fastest racer, but that will come back and reset as it gets further away. So you can see just how much quicker he is. There's a reset, taking loads of the curb through there, down into second gear, just first very briefly to get some rotation, then up to second gear, and then running all the way down here. One of the things as we got to the bottom of the hill here, I would brake where that little white bit is, turn in on the beginning of the curb, that white bit on the curb, and then run across the inside of the curb. Through here, really needed to monster this. This is completely flat, don't lift, get it turned, and then take loads of this curb, and then run to the outside of this white line, and there we go. That is the 52.106. I would love to say that I did that in the first few minutes. Alas, that was certainly not the case, and I was working on this for well over an hour, did around 50 laps of this circuit, and still only just got gold. So all of the big channels that are out there, the A-rated drivers, yeah, it's great that you can do it within 2 or 3 laps, but for us average racers, those of us that aren't great at the game, this isn't an easy 2 million. It's something that we really need to work at. And to be quite honest, for the amount of time that I spent just trying to get this gold, bearing in mind it's going to drop to a silver, so I'm probably only going to come in with 1 million credits, it would still be more worthwhile for me to go and grind Sardegna or Le Mans, in my opinion. This is great as a challenge. It's really good that you can go out there and pitch yourself against the best drivers in the world. But if you're after credits, forgive me, I think that the best way is just to simply go back and grind Sardegna or Le Mans or whatever your favourite track is, and just settle for maybe the bronze or the silver if you're struggling with the gold. Maybe spend 10 or 15 minutes on this. I wouldn't spend the hour or more that I did. Anyway, I hope that you found this video interesting. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing, because it really helps the channel. And if you're a current subscriber and back for more, thank you ever so much. In the meantime, I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.